Aloha and welcome back. I'm Fade Panther and this is Breath of Fire 2. Alright, let's go back to the witch's place. Take a left, I believe. Unshire. Man, I'm just gonna butcher every fucking time I say your name, dude. I am so sorry. Like, the worst part is, I know I can't say it right. Because I don't have a frame of reference. Jean? I have a frame of reference because I know Jean-Luc Picard. So, now I know his name isn't Jean, it's Jean. So, that gives me a huge frame of reference to work from. Oh, that's right. I forgot. This is actually one of those weird games that it doesn't make the defense action a prioritized action. That basically means if someone does the defense action, what they end up doing is when their turn comes up, they go into defense mode for the enemies. Which pretty much, if your team is faster than they are, completely defeats the purpose of it. And yes, I know that has been happening this entire time, and I only now have noticed it, but man. Wow. Guys, calm down. This many fights. Holy shit. I mean, at least they're quick to get into and quick to get out of. The reason why I say that specifically is because of one thing. So, I believe... Hell, let's just pick one. Any of the Final Fantasies. Final Fantasy VII, I believe, was the most egregious because it was the first foray into 3D. So the getting into combat and getting out of combat was particularly long. But what kind of made it worse? A friend, Casey, no dots, no period, went through the effort of, he figured out how to be able to cast Knights of the Round 8 times in a single turn. Well, single turn, sort of. So, what this combo would need to start off is you would need to have someone with the materia that swaps your HP and your MP. Because Knights of the Round cannot be cast 4 times in a row, or at once, I should specify. With 999 MP. You would need over that to do it, because it's a very expensive spell. Then you would need the Quadra Summon materia on one particular individual. So, I believe at that point, you're good with that character. If you then take another character and give them the Mimic materia, you can then have that character mimic the... Was it left? Did I read that wrong? Let's see. Okay. But yeah, man, after that point, you would literally be able to go, hey, start off the battle. I'm casting Knights of the Round. Okay. And then it's Knights of the Round. Alright. Because it's Quadra Summon, so it will use 4, or I think it was Quadra Spell or something like that. And you would cast the spell 4 times. It would use your mana 4 times, but you could do it. Which ended up, like, super devastating, but it had an unintended side effect. Want to know what that side effect is? Get ready for this. In order to do this, it will take you around 27 minutes. Because it's casting Knights of the Round 4 times, and then casting it again 4 times. I think I might be missing a couple of steps here and there, but for the most part, that's the trick of it all, and it is. Let me be perfectly honest. Knights of the Round is a stupidly powerful summon. If you max it out, ooh, that was. Oh, okay. So if I take this one, I should get to that left area. But it's a stupidly powerful summon. A stupidly powerful summon that, at your best of whatever the character is, they would be able to deal. I think it's 9,999 per Knight of the Round, and I think there's 12 Knights plus Merlin. No, wait, that's not right. Let's see. Actually, I do think there are 12. It is not the most powerful singular attack that can be done in the game. That actually comes from Cloud. His Omni Slash is technically capable of being the strongest attack in the game, but let's be perfectly honest with ourselves. That is one guy, and this you can do with the other 2. It's just, there's one particularly big downside to it. That downside being, yeah, one of the characters has to have 1/10 of their hit points. So yay. That's great. Ah, you're the shaman. Oh, I had a fight with the witch. She turned me into stone? You guys saved me? I'm Siru, water shaman. I've got to hurry and get back to my granny. So not quite left off the bat, but that was still very useful information because it was left in that room. Not you. Alright. Restore. Oh! Holy shit. So it's double the cost, but it is way more healing. I like that. So yeah, got that water shaman out of the way. And unlike a lot of other games, I do know this. Unlike a lot of other games, Breath of Fire, very specifically too, the elementals of the shamans don't matter in the same way as elementals of the spells. Sorry. Oh, and Fadler Restore. Okay, awesome. So it looks like I don't want to deal with any of you. I'm going back this way. I like it when games that give you the option of attacking first will allow you to take that first attack and just allow you to run. I should probably just attack these guys. Kat and Nina probably will attack before the flies do anyway. That actually works out. And completely did not help you. And if I remember correctly, the shamans and the fusion stuff makes team composition a little weird. I won't go into spoilers of it, but man, that was one of the things from here that I really did enjoy. The whole dragon summon thing, I didn't like being barred from using summons a lot. Like in Breath of Fire 3, when you changed into the dragon, got access to a whole new slew of spells. Your AP would be draining every turn, but you would still be able to, like, do stuff. Like, certain forms were actually really good at attacking, and all you would do is just change into it. But there was another feature of it. While you were in that form, if you took fatal damage, the main character, you'd just be kicked out of the form. You wouldn't die, you'd just be kicked out of the form. So yeah, it was actually a really fun way of doing things. And the whole Dragon's Gene system is something that I really enjoyed. Breath of Fire 4 had a very different way of doing things, though. It still kept the whole HP mechanic, but your character would turn into basically this generic hybrid form. And until you used the Dragon Breath, which was basically the summon of that particular one, you wouldn't actually get to see that dragon. Now, that said, what would happen is each of those dragons had hit point bars you could manage. Pay attention to. You couldn't actually, if I remember correctly, you couldn't actually heal them while in the dragon form, so you had to be a little careful with them, but I don't think they took your AP. They might have. I might have just cheated. I don't remember. I remember more about the story of Breath of Fire 4 than most of the mechanics. I remember a lot of the mechanics of Breath of Fire 3, though, because I played that one pretty repeatedly. Mostly because of the fact that while I was using my cheat engine, there were just certain things that just didn't work. Example, never give yourself an infinite health. And it's not a matter of, oh, well, you'll cheat yourself out of the system. No. See, what would happen is you'd end up getting soft-locked because there is a fight against Gur that you cannot win. You are supposed to lose. Well, he's got infinite health. And if you have infinite health, guess what? No one can win. Merci beaucoup. I'm very happy. Now, how nice to see this ring again. It was the only way I knew how to express my feelings for her. Oh. The end of inept love. This is not the time to sing. Let's go show that imposter the ring. Oh, little sister. It's not good to be so hysterical. Let me sing a song to soothe you. She is about the only character in this entire area outside of the imposter who actually gives a shit, and that's funny. Also, I think she might be a direct inspiration of a character from Amphibia. I'm just saying. I kind of see it. This is not the time to sing. I just said that. You are calm no matter what's happening around you. Now, let's go. That was a general statement. That's weird. We must get rid of the imposter. Prince Jean. Ah, my little sister. I am saddened. Why are you so friendly with that imposter? It is not fun to see my adorable little sister take the side of him. Silence! The imposter is you. The real Jean is standing here. Is going to tear you apart. No. Panther, you mustn't use such words. She is just pissed at everyone. Now you keep quiet. You won't be talking so bravely for long. Show them, Jean. Show them the ring. Show them the proof that you're the prince. Boy, please look. This is my ring. Now what do you say to that? After seeing this ring, do you still say that my brother is an imposter? Oh, dear sister, what are you saying? Of course I have the royal ring. Now stop this foolishness. Panther, He's lying to you. That's impossible. 2 royal rings? Ah, your ring is a fake. Oh, Peptier. We cannot continue to play these games with you. Will you not give up until we kill that imposter? What? Father! Jean is suffering. Jean is suffering. Why won't you say something? Oh, it's you, Pepte. You're very scary like your mother. More importantly, I like to have my fly pudding for dinner. Screech. Father, you fool. How can you talk about food at a time like this? Fly pudding? I got it. The pudding. You're always a great cook. Your pudding is the best. If they taste your cooking, they will know you are the prince. A cooking contest? You want me to make the pudding for you? I'll be happy to, dear sister. I will make anything for you until you're satisfied. Because, as you say, I am a good cook. You can do this, Jean. You cook better than anyone. I wonder what will happen if I don't win. Everybody else is just like, the fuck? If you lose, you and your friends will be killed. You have to make me go through all this. There is no other choice but death for you. Now, to the kitchen with them. Oh, okay, it was Prince John saying it. This way, follow me. Okay, here it is. You have courage challenging the prince to the cooking contest. Prince is a great cook. Jean, do you understand? All you have to do is make the gold fly pudding you used to make, and you won't lose. But the ingredients are key for that recipe. Plan to make a cockroach and green onion salad. Worm caramelized with caramel sauce, and a gold fly pudding. So I need you all to go and find the ingredients for me. S'il vous plaît. Oh, that sounds delicious. Cockroach, worms, and... Thank you for summarizing it for me. Gold flies. So, the gold flies, I think I have. Cockroaches, I know I have worms. Then I shall prepare the same menu. After all, they are Pepte's favorite. I like my brother's cooking. You just wait, he won't lose to an imposter. My. Well, everything will be clear when you eat my cooking. If you lose, the imposter and his friends will be executed. So you should do your very best. And of course, he's having the cooks help him. Did you hear that, everyone? All of your lives as well as my brother is on the line this time. Let's do our best. Okay, that was a weird pause. Alright, let's check the stuff I've got. Let's... Final? Oh, the axe, the gills, and the royal ring. Sort, there we go. Oh, okay. Okay, I don't have the gold fly, and I don't have any more worms, but I can go get one? And the cockroaches are going to be a bit of a trick. Hello? Oh, that's toilet paper. And they're out? Oh. But frogs don't have that type of... Like, they excrete waste. Yes, of course. That's not what I'm talking about. They don't have anything it could, like, catch on. They're generally a pretty, quote-unquote, slick individual. So it kind of slides off. You know, this is TMI. I wanted to be a zoologist when I grew up, and man, when I started, I loved animals. I still love animals, but when I was growing up, I was given the choice of, hey, I can either be a veterinarian. Oh, yay! So having the freaking animals' lives in my hand, 1 coin. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I'm not a sensitive individual at all. That won't cause me years of trauma. FYI, that's why I'm not a veterinarian. So it was like, okay, well, how about it? Okay. But yeah. So I thought about going into zoology and everything like that, but the bigger problem I started running into was just how readily available the teaching methods were for that type of job. Like, I have a passion for learning about animals, but nobody really wants to pay you to know about animals. They want to pay you to be, like, entertaining while telling other people about animals. Guess what? Documentaries aren't truth-telling apparati. They are absolutely something that is meant purely for entertainment purposes. Out there. Got 1 worm. Oh. Cool. So yeah, so I know a lot about a lot of different animals, but anybody who says that they know everything about every animal is fundamentally lying to you, because that's literally impossible. We are still finding out about new species of animals like every day, and some are going extinct. And some are going extinct due to no fault of anybody. Like, a lot of people love to harp on the fact that humans are nasty creatures and yada yada, which, let's be fair, we kind of are. But, man, a lot of people like to make you think that you are responsible for a lot of stuff when, let's be honest, you're not. You straight up not. The businesses are far more damning than you'll ever be. And yeah, you could, like, state the thing of, like, well, you're enabling that. It's like, yeah, but in order for that enabling to disappear, you would have to collectively stop them. Ultimately speaking, it's not really a point. So, yeah. Ooh, Typhoon. Area effect wind spell, I believe. Yep. But I don't need all that power. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. That's pointing fingers. I don't really give a shit about doing that. It doesn't help anything at this juncture. I'm not someone who touches enough people's lives to get a movement like that going. And in all honesty, even if I could, it would just end in tears. But that said, there are some crazy critters out there. And in all honesty, a good portion of those critters will straight up completely change the way you're used to fundamentals of creatures. Example, how do they categorize a mammal versus a reptile? Well, there are some elements that make sense on the surface, like reptiles generally are exothermic, while mammals are endothermic, which cold-blooded versus warm-blooded. The reason why the terminology has changed is because the understanding of what that means has changed. Exothermic means that their body does not generate heat on its own, like it doesn't attempt to generate heat. Whereas you, being a warm-blooded individual, or an endothermic individual, your body will burn calories to generate heat. Now, there is some advantages and disadvantages to being an exothermic creature. At the surface level, aka at first blush, blah 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 blah. A exothermic creature uses a lot less calories to generate heat. 100% true. However, that causes them a couple of issues. So, the first issue this causes is that because they don't generate their own heat, they will go into a hibernating state if the temperature drops too low. This is not a good thing most of the time. Especially for captivity ones. There is a natural clock cycle for some reptiles, but you need to pay attention to which reptiles we're talking about. Know your reptile when you're taking care of it. Unlike a cat or dog, where you can kind of just let them be and like pay attention to them at different times, you cannot do that with a reptile. You have to know the reptile. The fuck? But yeah, so one of the biggest disadvantages of not being able to generate their own heat is that exothermic creatures will not have a natural defense against certain things like fungus. Fun fact, that is one of the reasons why your body generates its own heat, and why its heat level is up to the level it's at. from what I'm to understand. Oh, I can't do that yet. But that's why it's 96 degrees or something like that. Now we will experiment on many soul unions. Will you need explanation? Do you need explanation on joining souls? Yeah. Alright, let's join souls. I said explanation! Explanation! Oh, right, it doesn't fuse characters, it fuses the shamans into a character. Or attempts to. Defusion. Cancel union. Oh, and this is a... It looks like it's an item that doesn't get taken away after it's used. That's interesting. Yes. Alright. Right. List only works on ones that have already been done. So at this point, we'll just rattle down the list. They will probably all fail because fire and water don't mix particularly well. But at least we can know these four have these two denied. And if I remember correctly, each character kind of has their own element, and thus they have a different combination of shamans that work on them, if I remember correctly. Yep, there we are. Oh, look at yourself. This is a great success. And now, Nina looks very different. And it changed none of her spells, because it doesn't change the spells, but it did change her stats. Her condition is excellent. It's no longer super. Okay. But her wisdom, holy shit. Now, a thing to know about the unions. Oh, so no is yes and yes is no. For example, she is a fire shaman, but there are other shamans in this world with other powers. When you find such a shaman, bring them back here, and I can experiment joining different powers. If you would like to join with someone, come to me. I can join one of you up with 2 shamans. Alright, let's join souls. So now... So, she's got two fusions that will work with her. But, as you can see, those 2 are joined with Nina. So, cannot be used on anybody else. I don't remember if it grants them extra special stuff or anything like that. Right. Oh, right. This is actually where I go and talk to them. I was just thinking, Sean is a big shot. Am I wrong? No. I know how it feels to want to give the woman you love everything. Okay. Jean must really be in love with the witch to give her the royal ring. Okay, I'm getting where you guys are coming from, but I think we're past that point. Can we go into, other parts? What? A thief in Frog Castle? That's the girl! That's the real thief! You did find her for me. I always could depend on you, buddy. Yeah, but we're kind of stuck in a different problem. Cockroaches. I fought cockroaches before, but I didn't get any of them. And I don't remember where. The golden fly is going to be the butt problem. There you are, Jesus. Would you? No! John is weird for falling in love with a twisted witch like Nimafu. Alright, cool. Everybody's hooked on the whole witch part and not the, impending doom of failing a cooking contest. That's fantastic. Great. What do you think? Isn't it grand? You can teach your buddies here in your party. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know where to go. I will probably end up, if you guys don't give me the information where to go, I will probably end up going with, going to the church and figuring out what to do from there. Until then, have fun, be safe, and aloha.